Welcome to the Vector Garden. In this video, we're going to create this elaborate checkerboard design. You might have seen it in my YouTube short, but in this video, we're going to talk about some of the things that go into it that I could not touch inside that 1 minute of a YouTube short. Let's dive in. I'm going to start with the Polar Grid tool. This is here. And I'm going to double click it. It's set up already to the concentric dividers and the radial dividers. And you see the radial dividers can be divided by 4. This is kind of important in this. So let's draw this grid. And I'm going to apply a stroke color so we can see it. And now in order to apply the checkerboard color, of course, you can take the shapebuilder tool or the live paint tool and color these in. But you need to do a lot of clicking to get it. So maybe we can do this a little quicker. Now let's take a look at this in the layers panel. And you see there we have it. It's a group. And it's very practical, organized, because we have 2 groups inside of it. And one of them is the radial dividers and one of them is the concentric dividers. That is nice. So we can ungroup that top group. And then let's just select this one. And we need to enlarge them a bit. Because unlike in Live Paint, or the shapebuilder tool, which has a gap detection, the functions we will be using don't have that. So we need to make that larger, and let's press the Alt and the Shift key and then enlarge that like this. And they are quite large now, which is great. So the next thing is we need to connect them. They are all single straight lines and we need to connect them. Now, since the number of lines can be divided by 4, what we can do is just go to Object, Path, Join. And you see, this is quite chaotic, doesn't matter, and join once more. I'm going to use the shortcut, which is Command J on Windows, it's Control J. And now it goes right through the design, which is not so nice. So let's take the pen tool, press the Alt key and just move this to the side. So like this. Now, if you happen to have a radial grid or another grid that has a number of dividers that are not dividable by 4, so let's do that. I'm just going to press the arrow to the left, press it 2 times, and now it's no longer divisible by 4. And in that case, what you need to do, let's just enlarge them like so. So then what you can do is just connect them like this, which is still a lot less clicking than having to fill all these inside holes. So that's what you would do. I'm going to just delete that. So let's go on with this one. So now what we need to do, that we have to prepare that, is release these 2 groups. We are going to use a compound path, and compound paths can contain groups, but they should better not. So let's ungroup that, and then let's go to Object, Compound Path Make, or the shortcut, which is the 8, like this. Okay, does not look very checkerboard-like, so let's change that. I'm just going to exchange fill and stroke like this. Still not a checkerboard, so let's go to Window, Attributes, and set the fill rule to even odd, like this. There we have the checkerboard, and we didn't have to click a lot, right? So still, maybe you think, well, maybe you want to exchange the white and the black for whatever reason. And also you want to get rid of the outer ones because they are just ugly and we don't need them. So now we have several ways we can go. Let's start with you just want to get rid of these outer ones. In that case, what you can now do, this is still a compound path and you could change it. You could move these paths or you could edit them, bend them, whatever you like. And in order to get shapes, you would take the Pathfinder panel and click on Divide. Now watch the Layers panel. So like this, we get a group and then we can delete the shapes we don't need. I'm going to undo that like this. So we've got the compound path again. Let's combine this with a live paint group because maybe we wanted to have that from the beginning. So what we can now do is just go to Object, Live Paint Make. Now it's a live paint group and we can still edit all the lines and whatever we would need. But also we can now change the black and whites. So rather the whites are not whites, but they are invisible. They are filled with none. So let's go to the Live Paint Bucket tool. And what we now need to do in order to exchange them, let's go to red and then we need to triple click a black one. Then it fills all of them. Now we can go to black, triple click a white one, and then go to none again and triple click the red one. Like this. So now we have exchanged that. And now we can also drag over these outsides like so. They are all filled with none. They are now invisible. And we can keep using this as a live paint group. But also you can now continue and expand this like so. And then everything that was filled with none gets deleted. And again, we have the group and the paths inside. So this is the long version of how to create that checkerboard design with a lot of side paths into compound paths and join and live paint and the Pathfinder panel. I hope you enjoyed that.